Diving deep into shadows, uncovering the light. Guess with solid minds, no tales of the strange. In Sasquatch Secrets, they'll begin to rearrange. Truth's the vibe, we're on a quest. Look beyond the trees, what do you see? Factual stories redefining history. No myths, no magic, let's break the mold. With every word spoken, the wonders unfold. Footprints in the snow, not just a myth. Data and research was set through the pit. Tales of a creature, but science leads the way. Nikki's quest for knowledge, come join and stand.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to Sasquatch Secrets. I'm your host, Nikki Colon. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Come on over to this channel. Well, some of you were there anyway. But hey, we had fun. That was a great little mini conference done by Tate Hieronymus. I hope a lot of you got to see it. If not, it's on my channel, so you can go back and watch that. We had Amy Fleur on there. Ouch. Hold on. Why did that happen? Oh my gosh. Hold on a sec. Once I act silly on my end, because I came straight from, they're still talking over there behind the scenes. So I had to come over here real fast and just get this one going. Hold on, let me get rid of this. I think I just have too much stuff up right now, and it's kind of bogging me down just a little bit. One more second here. What am I looking for? Here we go. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Phew. So, like I was saying, we had Ron Reed, Emily Fleur, Steve Coles, and Ryan Golominski. They call him RPG. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. He's a great MC. He's very upbeat, you know? So that was really, really fun to be a part of. And so Ryan, he was behind the scenes for a time as a producer of Finding Bigfoot. And then he's an original cast member for Expedition Bigfoot. Just so you know, he was in the first ones. So that's how you know, trying to read the chat as I'm going here. Who asked that? Somebody asked that. I saw it. Robert. So yeah, he was a producer for a little while for Finding Bigfoot, and then he left, and then. So yeah. So greetings. Hello, Sherry. Good to see you, Jen. Sandra, Robert, Lazy Cowboy. We were talking behind the scenes the whole time. Me and Ed. That's funny. John. Hey, there's John Ayers up there. Who else? Did I miss anybody? If I did, I'm sorry. So it's just a quick howdy do. I didn't have anything specifically planned for this show. It was just the after show for people to come back over here. If you have any questions, you can ask me. And, you know, I shot the link to the guys, but RPG was already getting called by his wife. He needs to go home. And Tate, he wanted to go get something to eat. I was lucky when I was off air, my daughter brought me some soup. So I had some soup. And I only got one little splash on me. So I'm good. Happened to be wearing white, of course. And Ryan didn't say anything. I mean, Ron didn't say anything if it was going to come. And Steve's going to have his show at normal schedule at 7, or what is it? It's 7 and 5 or 7 and 9 Eastern. So But anyway, so what do you guys think? Those of you who went and watched, I think that's a really good thing to do, to have online type mini conferences. I'm a little bit, I'm not really under the weather. I just wasn't feeling good from last night. I had something weird happen. So I didn't even know if I was going to be here today. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to go to the ER and not make it for this. And I've known about this for months, right? And then the day before, I am not feeling well. So I opted to change my change everything into a spoken script, what you call a spoken script. They take all my notes, and then I use Chat GPT to change it into a kind of a full spoken script, because I can't use my brain right now. But it was okay. I felt like I was a little off, a little choppy, and my slides were kind of all messed up, but you guys forgive me. You get it. You get what I was talking about anyway. Was the one audio from Northwest Ontario? It was from, oh my gosh, he's told me no, it would have been southwest. I think it would have been Southwest Ontario, if I'm correct. Could have been east. No, I think it was Southwest Ontario. So, thank you, Sharon. I kind of like to just talk, and get that stuff out. But it was a lot. And Nikki, ChatGPT is a godsend. It is when you're in a tight scrunch and you need something. I was just so, my mind isn't really working well. I've got some low blood pressure going on right now, and I'm not used to that. I usually have high blood pressure, and I'm medicated for that. But I took a turn yesterday after work. Walking out of the ER after work, and thought I was going to have to turn around and go back in. And I thought, no, I'm dehydrated. I haven't eaten all day. Just go home and eat, have a meal, and everything will be okay. And that's what I did. I came home and yeah, little by little, I started feeling better. So, but I have like a dull headache now. And I think that's part of that too. And it could be the dehydration. It's because every time I go to work, I take this big one with me and I drink it. Well, the last week of work, I just been lazy and haven't gotten it ready. So I kind of didn't do that this week. And I think that caught up with me. I drink liquid IV in my thing, but I didn't buy any the last 2 weeks because I'm trying to save every dollar I have because the government shut down and my husband was put on furlough. So we have not gotten paid. So all the money we make is my money right now and his retirement, of course. We did get that. So that made the mortgage, next, if we don't get going again next month's mortgage is going to be really scary. It's going to be scary to come try to get that. So stupid, right? It's all just crazy. Oh, but you're right, Jen. I do use liquid IV. It's packed full of B12, and I have the sublingual B12 that goes under my tongue. But I guess it's just a combination of stuff. So, I'm walking 5 miles a shift, and I need that water, and I just didn't do it. It's just my fault because I bumped back up today, but I'm still low compared to what I normally am. So I've been taking my blood pressure regularly today, and hopefully, I get balanced back out. I did not take any high blood meds today for sure. I'm licking my wounds. Poor lazy cowboy. My image was thoroughly debunked on unbiased AI bots. Hoping. There was an image shown at on Cole's presentation that he was trying to get at. They didn't seem right. Kind of seemed off too, squinched a little bit. I don't know, but I'm sure you can do a little video about all that, huh, Ed? Explain yourself, son. Explain yourself, right? And that's when I got home and I felt like, oh my gosh, we either have to go back to the ER or I need to get some salt in me. And so my daughter gave me some pickles and the pickle juice, and they did help. It helped a lot with the sensation of feeling like I was going to start to get a cramp. You know how I almost got a muscle cramp. You stop yourself. That's how I felt on my back and my legs. And that's what gave me the clue that I was just dehydrated and needed some electrolytes. I needed those. My body's already used to them because that was my normal routine, is having a big old thing of electrolytes to drink all day while I'm at work. You weren't getting political. Oh. Yeah, let's not. It's not worth it. It is what it is. I mean, nothing we can do about it. I agree. And I like to buy the big one of, oh shoot, what's the brand? They have like chunks of pickles. Oh, that stuff works. And, you know what else is great for muscle spasms is mustard. Take a great big old spoonful of mustard, take the whole thing, and that also helps with the muscle cramps. I do have a PayPal. I don't list it anywhere because I don't want people to give me money. I'll make it. I'm going to be okay. I just, hopefully after this week, I don't know if the next vote is Monday or Tuesday, probably Tuesday. And things hopefully just get put right. I don't think we're going to get back pay, though. That's what I'm scared of, that we're not going to get back pay. They're just going to let him go. So he's been sitting on his ass for 2 weeks while I've been working. It's okay. We're going to make it. There's been shutdowns where we were shut down for 35 days. We had to call our car people or the mortgage. Well, at that time it was rental, and tell them if they could hold off or give us a month leeway, because it wasn't out of our control. So out of our control. I'm a hooker. I'm a hooker. Oh, God. And don't use that saying, for goodness sake. This Donald will take that and he'll put it in a video or something. No. Everything will be okay. My husband keeps saying it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Don't stress about it. But you can't help it, right? We're all just one paycheck away from being on the street. But, nope. I'm not going to give you that. It's okay. If I really need it, then I will. If it comes to it at the end of the month, who knows what'll happen, I hate that. But my dad knows of the situation too, and he said he'd help us out if need be. So I'm okay. I think you should, Ed. I definitely think you should. Give your two cents for sure. But anyway, yeah, that was a lot of fun. That's a lot of time, though. It takes we've been chatting since noon. So it's been a long day today for sure, but totally worth it. I thought it was well to do. Let's work our ass off to stay in poverty. No kidding. No kidding. That's how it feels sometimes. And I had taken that trip to Virginia where I used all my extra money. So then I felt super guilty, because that following Tuesday is when everything shut down. And I was like, oh, great. We would have been okay, but I used up all that money. Can't do that, though. You got to live life. You still have to live. And it's okay. I had a good time over there. That's what my journey is all about anyway. I wish I could do trips all over. I wish I could go visit everybody because I would. Oh, really? Wow. It's a whole different breed. Just like RPG said earlier, he showed him with his phone. Everybody's just got their phone. It's like become a priority out there that you have your phone. And oh, I forgot. I can take that out now. Take that off. There we go. Smaller. Okay. Yeah, all the kids, they just want to have their phone. That's it. They don't want to drive. They don't want to do anything. They just want to be on their phone with their friends, chit-chatting. But they don't know how to be social. Not like most of us in our days, Being social was getting up and going to your friend's house and asking, hey, you want to go see a movie? And going to the newspaper and cutting out the listing of all the movies and then deciding and getting a mom to go take you or something. Completely different time now. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure my husband knows about all that, I don't want to think about it. Seriously. That's a man's thing. Was that being sexist? I'm just used to him taking care of that stuff. I just want to go for groceries and make dinner, and that's all I want to do. Oh, horrible. Slumber parties. Oh, yeah. Do you remember we had slumber parties? Now, my older 18-year-old, she still wants to do slumber parties because she has two very close friends. And yeah, they always want to come over here. But it's okay. I have fun with them too. I've had puzzle parties because you all know I love to do puzzles. And I always have my big puzzle board out and we'll sit and do puzzles. They're a great they're a great group of kids and we'll make food and I have fun with them, and then when I get tired, I excuse myself and tell them to not wake me up. But that's always fun. Oh, the parents are nuts and the kids are probably serial killers. It's a whole different world out there for sure. It's not like when we used to go out all day until the street lights came on. I was one of those kids. I never came home. Or if I did, I ran in and got, a drink and then I came back outside and uh, we were the bike riders, skateboarders for sure. I probably had 3 different kind of skateboards. Now, and now if I get on one, I kill myself. For sure. But what do you guys want to talk about? What else do you guys want to talk about? We don't have to take this very long. It can just be an hour. Drank from the hose. You had to drink from the warm hose and hope that a grasshopper or spider wasn't at the end of the hose. That's what I was always worried about. It was the black widows. We used to have a lot of black widows where I lived, and you always shaking it out first, before you put your mouth over there. Craziness, just craziness. So what else? What else was I gonna talk about? There was a lot of good points on the show tonight, very technical ones with Emily and Ron. And I knew they were going to do that type of stuff. So I needed to do a different take. I know I do stuff on hoaxes a lot, but I knew Coles was going to do something in regards to the hoaxing. And I didn't really know what angle he was going because we didn't share that. So I needed something completely different. And I've lately been talking a lot about how it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, if the PNG film is real or not. And that has been one of my points, one of my bigger points. And so that's what I ran with for this. 72 Gran Torino. What? I know, Grasshopper. Now what? I'm not complaining. I'm just chit-chatting. I'll chit-chat on whatever you guys want me to chit-chat on. Doesn't even have to be Bigfoot. Look at this side is like acting weird. It's all long. What's going on there? I don't know. What else? What else do we need to talk about? You guys tell me. I'll talk about whatever. Whatever floats your boat. RPG. Ryan Golumbinski, he is amazing. He's an amazing person to talk to, for real. I have a whole new respect for him. For sure. Robert, were you born in 1970? I was born in 1970. Okay, who's older, you or me? I'm waiting. Robert, I still have your prize over here. Do I have your address already? I have a little figure for you, and I have a Bigfoot car smelly thing. Car deodorant. They're sitting right here. I need your address. February 12th, 70. Oh, Donald's older than me by a month. That's why Donald and I have always gone along. You know who else is our age? Is Henry May. Henry May was born in 70. We have the same birthday. 1967 here. Keep the stuff, Nikki. Save your money for now. Yeah, it's funny how all that stuff. I did the smart thing. I took some cash out so I would have cash in my pocket for if anything happened, any bills came out so that I could at least get gas. So I have cash for gas. But I did get paid this last Friday, and that helped a lot. So I'm not in the red yet. We're still going good. But you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared these days. You never know what's going to happen. 55. You're that old, Grasshopper? Dang. Oh my God. I thought you were the same. I thought you were in the 60s. Because isn't Thomas in the 60s? He's 60. He was a 62? 1962, I think. Okay, Robert, take it easy. I'm not going to be on here long, probably. Uh, I mean, Tate said he was coming, but he was going to go eat first. So I don't know if he shows up or not. We'll see. Oh my goodness, you're the oldest of all of them. So you're going senile. Oh my goodness. Now things make so much more sense, Grasshopper. I think they were a week or so ago. What? I don't know what we were talking about. Yeah, exactly. You can't remember. You can remember you have to go out to pee. Get up to go to pee and have a smoke, right? You have to go have a smoke. So bad. Stop smoking. You could probably live longer. Oh, Sandra. Sandra beat you, Grasshopper, by 2 years. I think we should compare Sandra's old photos with your photos of that time when she was a bodybuilder. That would be fun. That would definitely be fun. You quit smoking 6 months ago? Oh, yay. You. That's good news. Have you noticed any difference? Oh, you were heating up dinner. Now you're eating it. I was slow to answer you due to heating it up. Oh, gosh, Robert. My daughter brought me some ramen noodles after mine was over. That's what I was doing. I was eating ramen noodles in the background. What? Get rid of it. It's a temptation. You need to just cut it loose. Get rid of all your lighters. Cut it loose. Did you just go cold turkey or did you have patches or now they have these things you hold in your hand and you can put in your mouth, but because just to give you the sensation, you know? And whatever you do, don't go to the vaping. That is so bad for you. Please do not do that. Yes, I have lighters for campfires, so just move on. Well, that's good. That is good. I don't think I'm going to have a Halloween show this year because when does it fall? Oops. There goes all my stuff on the floor. Let's see. What day does Halloween fall? It falls on a Friday, doesn't it? I think it falls on a Friday. Halloween. Yeah, it does. Which is good because then the kids stay out later and there's more kids and they don't have to worry about school the next day. So that means the first is Saturday, which means we're going to get paid. Well, if the government goes back to normal, we should get paid on the 31st. So crazy. Huh. So yeah, I want to be. So I guess I could have a show on the 2nd. So it won't matter. It still won't matter. What? Green Bay won? What the hell? My Cardinals lost 27-23 to Green Bay. Crazy. What I miss? Yeah, the vaping, it's harder to quit because it doesn't smell bad or leave ash anywhere. Been trying to do it myself. Oh, I know. I keep seeing all these things about the popcorn lung, Jen. Don't do it. It's faster than the how do you say it? Carcinogenic stuff. The popcorn lung. The at the hospital they talk about the teenagers coming in already. They're I don't know if it's irreversible. I think it's irreversible damage that they do to the lungs. The 29th. Ooh, a Halloween baby. Cabbage night. Yeah. We're gonna do our normal decorating, everything, and I don't know what I'm gonna be. I'll probably pick some costume I already have. Last year I was Disco Kitty again. You know what I really wanted was to get a costume of a steampunk scarecrow. Have any of you seen that? A steampunk scarecrow? It's really cool costume. I want that. But I would have already had to have been working on that for weeks. So I'm gonna have to pick one of my 50 costumes here at the house. I do. I have lots of costumes. I need to decide what I want to wear. My daughter wants to set up the what do you call it? The dance revolution out there on the screen and have kids be able to do dance revolution out there. I don't think she's going to get any participants. I mean, parents want to come and go, right? They want to let's get the candy and go to the next one, so they can go home. I don't foresee a lot of people wanting to do that, but she's dead straight that there's going to be enough people who want to do that. Fort Worth is all the way in Dallas, right? So, how far is that? 12 hours? Like 12 hours? Oh, should I check maps? Let's see exactly maps. You could probably do it faster on yours. So, Fort Worth, Texas is exactly, directions from my location. Whoop. There we go. It says via I-10, it is 9 hours. 9 hours. What the heck? Because you got to go all the way down to Pecos and then up to Odessa, Midland, Big Spring, Sweetwater, Abilene, that way. And that's yeah, so that would be like a 9-hour drive. Oh yeah. Well, at the beginning of the month, before we were shut down. I went and bought 3 big of those Sam's Club barrels of pretzels. You know, the big ones with the individual pretzel things. I bought 3 of those. And my daughter said she'll go get more candy if we need it. If I think we need it. Now that I found out it's on a Friday, we might need it. Oh, sorry guys. Getting tired. But I like Halloween. I think it's fun. I play music out there, and sometimes I have the screen up with a movie, or I have these talking pumpkins. So they'll sing. I have the talking pumpkins on screen singing. And then I have a talking pumpkin that's usually I put it right in the corner that talks to people as they walk up. I don't want to go near Odessa or Midland. I would just be driving through. I've not been, other than flying into Dallas, Fort Worth, I've never gone there for anything. I've never had to go there. I've always wanted to go to Austin to check out music fests and stuff like that, but never had the opportunity. I've been to San Antonio before. Never go in the summer when it's 100% humidity. That's all I have to say. I thought I was dying. I did. Carrollton and Dallas. Never heard of Carrollton. Oh, here I go again. Do I work tomorrow? That's probably something I should know. I should know about the work tomorrow. Oh geez. Wrong schedule. Okay, I have to get real close because I can't see. Because it's super tiny. Oh, good. I'm off tomorrow, but I work Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. A sub, yeah. Well, I figured it was $9 for one taco. Hey, Eric, where you lurking? Were you lurking, Eric? That's okay. $9 a taco. That's pretty steep. You can still get a whole 3 tacos over here for $9. I can hear them in the kitchen. Now I want tacos. Great. I need to take some meat out of the freezer for dinner tomorrow. Huh. So, well, if we're not going to talk about something, I'm going to let you guys go. And you guys can go have your dinners before Steve's show. I'm sure he's still having his show. What's a topic, Jen? Does he have a topic up on Oh, you're halfway through. You're halfway through. And I have 3 days left too. So I worked Saturday and it sucked. It sucks because I forgot my earbuds. Oh my God. I'm used to on the weekends, I have my music blaring in my ears and I'm happy. And then I got a paper cut like immediately as I walked in and grabbed a paper, it just sliced my finger. And I was like, oh, it's going to be one of those days. And then I was sick immediately as I was leaving. I was okay most of the day. It was right at the end of the day that I started not feeling well. Oh, Robert says, what do you think about my earlier question about more collaboration? Ooh, it jumped. Collaboration between researchers. I think there should be. The problem is collaborating equals money. You have to have money to travel. And a lot of us don't have that. We have to save just to do one little trip. So you're really looking at only people who live near each other can collaborate. Bigfoot DNR, Michigan. Let's talk about it. What are you talking about? Bigfoot DNR, Michigan? Montreal. Does anybody have activity during hunting seasons? My activity has slowed down a lot, and I think they have left or went on vacation. And I'm talking about Bigfoot. They might. Maybe they do. That's coming from Mike Nation. They may. Absolutely. No seasons. We don't know if they know seasons or not. So if there's more people in the area, it makes sense that they would move, during certain times. No, 4 shows in Toronto. Or people who don't have families. Dang, Robert, hello, get some nice food. Getting some nice food. What are you eating, Tate? What did you get? Did you get tacos? Oh, that's Steve's show. I'm like, what are you talking about? I already forgot what I asked for. Bigfoot DNR, Michigan. Let's talk about it. Bigfoot DNR? What does he mean? Do not resuscitate? Or is that Bigfoot, Michigan, Rob? I don't know. See, that's what I thought. Tessa, BMR, Bigfoot, Michigan, Rob. Gladly show it. That's how we all learn anyway, sticking together. Yeah, for reals. We'll have to check you out, Mike. I have not, so I'll go check you out. DNR, Department of Resources. Oh, okay. I don't know. The deer when it is hunting season, so chances are Bigfoot does. The deer know. Oh, the deer know when big do they? Do they know? I don't know. Do they know? I made soup. I had noodles, soup noodles. Burgers, take up burgers. Department of Natural Resources. Oh, okay. Well, that'll might be interesting. I don't know. Fish cops. Oh, thank you, Donald. That has a lot to do with a lot of the sightings in the Pacific Northwest. Sightings have gone down because a lot of the salmon runs aren't running the way they used to. So that could impact visibility and encounters numbers. If that's where he's taking this, I don't know where he's taking it. Oh, okay, lady. Cool. See, and that's research. That's data. If you can prove that every year, that the same thing is happening, that they are moving from certain areas to other areas that are not hunt areas. Interesting. I think they know something's up because they definitely slowed down activity. And you mean Bigfoot, right? Every time, what I have to move it over here. Every time a Bigfoot is shot and killed by a hunter, the military comes in and takes it away the body, and the hunter is silenced by government officials in the army. Why is that? It's because we don't know if that's true or not. We don't know. It has been rumored that that happens, but you know who says that the most? Rick Dyer, unknown hoaxer. That's his number one go-to explanation of why he doesn't have all his Bigfoots, because the men in black came and took it away. There may be some truth to government secrecy and science. We know that they've held things back. I mean, look at the UFO alien thing. But I don't know. Are there still Bigfoots living in the Patterson-Gimlin location? Do they still live there? Do they pass through or migrate, or they don't live there anymore? There is still ongoing research in that area, and they think they are still there. Maybe not in population, but that there is still something there worth investigating. And until the weirdness, the high strangeness stops happening, people are going to continue to go there and stay the night and walk around and see what they can get on audio or on film. It's just going to happen. Bigfoot are going to be migratory naturally due to floods, fires, and other catastrophes. It's natural. California is one of the biggest fire areas anywhere. They go through multiple fires a year. And that changes when monsoon hits. Then you've got massive mudslides and flooding. So they couldn't possibly always be in the same place all the time. They're going to have to move to safety, to where the food, where more shelter is, where more fresh water is. Because I don't know if you've seen the water during floods, but it's not very consumable type water. So I think they would probably have to move. They'd have to. It only makes sense that they would do that. Yeah, when I lived in PA, we had deer everywhere until around hunting season, and then they became scarce. 10 years in a row, one spot. Boy, were the bow hunters mad when an 8-point buck or 8-point would hang out with me. Yep, that would do it probably. Ooh, jumped again. How do we know Bigfoot's migratory? We don't know. All we know is that it makes sense, right? If you look at all the scenarios I just said, they're not in these places during those catastrophes. They're not hiding in caves while floods are coming through them. They would all be dead. We would have 0 encounters instead of just a decreasing number of sightings. I think the population has massively declined in the last 10, 15 years. I think we're seeing the same one possibly in different areas. Therefore, in my way of thinking, they're moving around. They're looking for food. They're looking for shelter. They're looking for other Bigfoot. So that is just a theory. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. It's no facts to this. It's just what we can put together scientifically, right? What makes sense? They're not going to just stay there. They're going to move around. Let's see. Who's a better Bigfoot researcher on finding Bigfoot? Matt Moneyman, Bobo, or Cliff? I would definitely say Cliff. I think he's a little bit more genuine. Bobo seems great too and seems pretty dedicated. And Matt Moneymaker, I have seen and heard of falsehoods with him and his claims. He's very fast to jump on claims without researching or doing his due diligence. So he would definitely be at the bottom. And I'd say Cliff is a little more apt to do more of an investigation and to follow up. And if he had said something wrong, he would be more to come out and correct himself. So that's what I think. And move away from people. Like certain places have no people on weekends, but packed on the weekends. That's true. Is it true that they say every time somebody goes missing out in the woods, Bigfoot is to blame? Nope, it absolutely is not true. And when someone goes missing out at sea, sharks and killer whales are to blame. Okay, let's start with the first half of that. Somebody goes missing in the woods. You have one thing happening. They're missing in the woods. So what happens when you succumb to the environment? Okay, you die. When you die, predation happens. All the animals and your body sitting on the forest floor getting consumed by the environment, it takes 1 to 2 weeks for you to completely get consumed by predators and the forest. It does not take long. Your bones are consumed by rodents, porcupines, skunks, rats. They all eat bone. So there's possibility of nothing remaining. But not just that, is that other predatory animals like wolves, coyotes carry the bones away, carry pieces away. So it gets all over. It's not just in one little area. It just gets spread out through the forest. So does Bigfoot take them? I don't know that question. I don't know that answer. And nobody else knows that answer because nobody has physically seen a Bigfoot just picking up somebody and carrying them away. You have the Albert Ostman story where he claims he was picked up and put in a sleeping bag and carried, blah, blah, blah. But there's really no witness to that. It's his story. So you just have to either believe him or not believe him. Okay? So that's my take on that. I think they migrate if they do have to, but if they're in a spot where they have water, food cover year round, then they would have to. Yeah, I think it could totally be either way. I think if they're in a good position, good place, why would they have to, right? Animals migrate and move because of food source. So if they don't have food, they've got to move. And it could be that type of situation where, as animals move from winter homes to summer homes, or actually the other way, the higher you go is the colder, right? And the lower states, warmer. So that's the migration that you're looking at. They go down south, probably in winter months where they could sustain themselves in the cold, and move up north in colder times. That would make sense to me that could happen. Just as if maybe it doesn't have to be a great migratory thing of they move 5 states every year or whatever. It could be within the same state. It would just be a matter of going up the mountain and down the mountain at certain times of the year, which makes sense to me. Again, migration doesn't have to mean thousands of miles. It could mean in a 50-mile radius. They move from one place to another according to food, weather, season, which helps with them being elusive. Makes sense. This has been on my mind for some time. Why don't they just tear down some trees in the Patterson-Gimlin site and location to find more evidence of Bigfoot? I know it's a protected area. What do you mean tear down some trees? It already doesn't look. I mean, we already know what it looks like now. Oops, I just dropped my. Dang it. What would that do? It wouldn't do anything. If you're tearing down trees, you're just pushing other life out of the area. Thousands of animals live out in the forest and you're looking for one. It doesn't make sense to do that. I think they can turn tiny, eat a few ants, then get huge again. Maybe they walk right into the trees and get their life out of the trees. I've heard that before too. Maybe they just go to their home planet. Maybe. I don't know. There are two scenes in Harry and the Henderson that don't make sense when Harry howls when George goes looking for him. Is he trying to get back to the forest? Well, that's the indication, is that he can't cross the freeway, right, to get home, because all he can see is the mountains in the background. And he doesn't know how to get past the freeway. So, and it's also made up. That's make believe. It's a story. It's completely made up. So you can make that. Could have gone any which way they wanted to portray that scene. Yeah, it's a Hollywood movie. And the scene in Harry and the Hendersons when Harry sees the mountain in the forest and the busy highway. Has been there ever been Bigfoot sightings along? Yes, there has been many sightings along highways in forested areas, all along Canada, all along the Pacific Northwest. There has been sighting encounters along freeways since the beginning, probably. I seem to remember somebody getting a surfer getting grabbed and taken down, and they were drowned and their leg had been chewed up, but it was more of the act of pulling them down into the water, but they drowned. So I have heard of that from killer whales. I've also heard of a dolphin doing that as well, of playing with people in the water, and then they just took a turn and they grabbed somebody and dived down with them and they drowned. It would make sense to me that Bigfoot move around to areas where food is available when green plants are natural foods. Yes. Are not available, then animals become food sources. Yep, exactly. I'm a big believer that you should not be feeding or any kind of unnatural foods to Bigfoot. If you are having gifting areas and you're putting out food, make it food that they already have. Berries, fruits, nuts. That's it. I would highly not want to feed them processed peanut butter, which we all know some has that xylitol in it that can make our pets sick. Why would you want to do that? And they all say, oh, they love it. They eat it. Well, raccoons and skunks love it too. So unless you have video of the Bigfoot grabbing that peanut butter jar and licking the inside or sticking their fingers in there, you know what? It doesn't really make a big difference. All you do is you have that some animal ate the peanut butter. That's the fact. Can they open? Heck yeah. Animals can open and unscrew lids. They can. When they're hungry, they can. And yeah, sometimes you're going to see teeth marks and sometimes you're not. It's just going to be on the circumstance. So, anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. I know this for sure. Bigfoot is not violent. I was messing with him our whole summer. They shared a lot of experiences with me, so I know they're not mean. I think some are mean. Not all of them, and I made that clear on the last show. But I know for a fact there are some that, well, of people who have had encounters in 2 different areas and encountered 2 different types of behavior. So you could have rogue Sasquatch probably, you know. We know that injuries tend to also make animals act different. Toothaches, broken bones, they can make for very grumpy animals. So there could be differences there. I'm just saying. My fascination with Bigfoot started with Harry and the Hendersons when they got hooked on Bigfoot and the legend of the creatures because because of the movie. Yep. That was your movie that grabbed you. You know, for a lot of us, it was the P&G film. For some of us, it was In Search of with Leonard Nimoy. For some of us, it was the books in the library under cryptids. For some of us, it was Monster Quest, or what was the other one? That was another one. I can't remember it now. So yeah, everybody has that one thing that kind of got them going. Oh, Willow Creek goes missing. Bigfoot is to blame. Yeah, nope. Why do people always say Bigfoot is to blame for the disappearance? That's only one person. That's the 411 guy that says that. And he's already proven that he has not told the truth. So, what's his name? Oh, shoot. What's his name again? Why can I not remember his name? David Paulides. David Paulides. He did that whole scenario and got people all excited about that and tried to put a book together claiming that everything was due to Bigfoot or insinuating that many of them could have been Bigfoot. No, there's no evidence of that. For more evidence, there's even more evidence from the day when Patty, the people, was seen, or more Bigfoots. What? I don't understand that. Sorry. The scene in Harry and this Harry's in the car crying and escapes, and the family is howling and distant. You're talking about a make believe with Harry and the Hendersons. It's all make believe. None of that has ever happened. I doubt it will ever happen. So I can't really comment on that movie. It's a movie. It's just for fun. Yeah. Real Bigfoot. Yeah. That's the whole scenario just wouldn't happen. So it's just all made up for sure. Hey Blake, how's it going? Possums, raccoons, and everything else will eat stuff in the trees at night, but nobody else. Proof of Bigfoot doing all of this. Well, we don't have a video of it happening, but we do have a video of it happening for those other animals. Okay. We have videos of them eating bone, of them doing all that. So, some mango is missing out at sea. Sharks and killer whales, lots of blind. They're all shark victims. Do believes that? Huh? I don't know what you're saying. It's the same thing as a forest. The water, if somebody dies in the water, it's going to get consumed by what's ever in the water that eats. So the possibility of fish and sharks and everything else eating or predating on that is huge. So that's all I have to say on that. You're in for a treat when you go to mine. Oh, yeah, David Polides, thank you. I found it. I had to stop watching David complain so much. Also, parent, he did. He complained all the time. And he's the one who was like all crazy. Mermaids are real. Bat mom. Sorry, I mean, every time someone goes missing out at sea, sharks and killer whales are to blame, and people. I think people blame people. I don't think they can't blame the sharks or the killer whales. You're out there. That's your fault. Blame yourself for being out on the water. Shouldn't be out there. This is going. People here. Wait, what? This has been going on for years. People hear Bigfoot doing this in videos and people doing stuff, but yet there's no proof in Bigfoot doing anything when Patty walking. Yeah, it hasn't. There hasn't been anything new. It's the same videos we go over and over. We go over it, right? Patty Freeman footage, some stupid Ivan Marks hoaxing videos. Some there's scattered ones, right? But the most of them have been proven to be hoaxes, lies. And you have to be willing to hear that part as well. You know, you have to hear both sides of the story and you determine what side you want to be on. It's not a difficult process. Okay, Mike, good to see you. Thanks for coming on. If you have opportunity, would you go to the filming location of Harry and the Hendersons movie? My friend Brett Dill went to the filming location. It's like any other location. Nothing exciting. They have the little store is still out there. The tall ones, Brent Dill, the tall ones. Go look on his channel. He has it on there. I would much rather go to some other places than that one because that's fake. I don't go to the fake spots. Yeah, the Bigfoot Museum is not it's just a little store thing there. Yeah, it was all made up, the whole thing. It's not real. None of that ever happened, would ever happen. It's a story. It's a funny story. I love it. I wish Bigfoot would be like that, but it's probably not. To break your bubble. Okay, woo, we're almost at 6:30. I'm going to go because I have been sitting here for hours and I don't want to be anymore. So thank you guys for hanging out. We did drop a little. We went up a little bit on viewers here, but thanks for the question there, Scott. I appreciate it. I know you're trying to learn. So it's all good. It's all good. And you guys will be back next week. So maybe I'll see you guys in Steve Cole's chat at 7:00 in about half an hour. So I shall let you all go. Have a good night, everybody, and talk to you later.